Hello, hello. We are going to wait for a moment while people jump on. This is my usual broadcast late at night. We are live. Hello, hello. Robert, long time no see. My live stream won't load for me. Robert is all working. Can you guys hear me, see me, everything good? Well, I assume you can because you answered my question. The live stream is not loading for me. So, well, Michael, welcome. Pretty sure I saw Mike there too. Mike, welcome. All right, well, it's working. Let's grab some headphones so I can walk around. Was the title enticing? Oh man, the headphones are gonna die. 11%. It says we are now on the headphones, so hopefully we are. And you guys, Master, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me, see me. All right. Robert says he can hear me. Michael says he never catches the videos or the live streams. Glad you're here. Audio on and off. Oh man, hopefully it's working. Let's try an incognito window, see if the stream will show up. It shows up now. Lame. All right, now. Lame. It's working. All right, now. Lame. It's working. All right, now. Lame. It's working. Okay. Thank you for dealing with my shenanigans. Welcome to all of you that are here. Hit that thumbs up for me. I appreciate it. So, the title says giveaway and goodbye. So, today we're saying goodbye to something or someone. And we're also going to do a giveaway. We're not going to do the giveaway right now, but we're doing a giveaway. But I want to announce it to get some ideas from you guys because I'm here, I'm working, I'm printing. So, got to get some stuff done. Thought it'd be fun to chat, catch up. This is my favorite part about doing YouTube is the live stuff. So, put in the comments what you think we're saying goodbye to and what you think we're giving away. The thumbnail kind of gives it away. Maybe, sort of. Yeah. So, tonight we're printing some really big decals. We've done these like a dozen times on the channel. So we're going to print them here. We're going to cut them on the Flexi flatbed because I still don't have the roll-to-roll set up. And I also might cut some security film. The HP cutter should be saying goodbye to because I never use it. But that is not what we're saying goodbye to, Robert. Speaking of saying goodbye, I gotta text Cam and tell him that we're live because I told him I would. We're not saying goodbye to the old place yet because I still have way too much crap in there. Dude, I tried to type live on my watch to Cam. Oh, it turned off. Oh, that's what it wrote. Really horrible. Let's try this again. It worked that time. No, we're not saying goodbye to the shop, the old place. Although we finally got the Melco moved to my old office. So the way our house is laid out is it's considered a rambler, but it has what's called, or what in Utah they call, a bonus room. So above the garage is a room or bonus section that goes from the front of the house to the back of the house. We have kind of like a living room area. We use it as a schoolroom because we do homeschool. We did it before it was cool. There's a bathroom, what we use as a toy room, and then a bedroom. And my wife had an office / sewing room up there. And so when she took over embroidery, we moved Bach up there. When we bought the Melco, we put the Melco up there. And now, since I moved out, we're moving everything that's upstairs into the garage. So when we moved Bach, we hurt our backs. So I just paid someone this time. Actually, it was the same people that moved the Melco in. So they moved Bach and the Melco to the garage. So that finally happened today. The Melco is in the old office. I haven't seen it yet. She said I could put the door back on because I took it off to get the HP latex out. But yeah, I still have the old paper rack is still there with a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. It's got random papers that I purchased for like one job, but I needed them. I gotta make sure this doesn't bend on the floor. We gotta walk over there. So, yeah, but hopefully the Melco will be all set up soon because I have like 200 or 300 pieces of stuff to do. Okay, so it flipped. So what I really have to do is make sure that it doesn't get caught so that it can just print. You just said I need to take a drill. I actually ordered one last week, but HP is 3 weeks out. So I keep having more and more jobs that are bigger, and I want to be able to leave. I want to be able to tell it to print and just go. Because like right now I have to stay and babysit this thing because I can't leave. I need to make sure it doesn't bend or get caught. So I did break down and I bought the official HP take-up reel. So I thought about buying an aftermarket one. I just didn't know how well it would work, and I just wanted it to work. So definitely that is happening, Mike. Yeah, it's gonna be way nice, especially because like when I was at home, it wasn't a big deal because even if I went inside, I could go back out really quick, but I could still spend time with the family. But now, like, I wouldn't be back here tonight if I would have had to take a pro because I would have just set it to print and I would have just left. So definitely that'll be a lifesaver. Video Master says Uninet 550. I need a little more context of what you're saying. So Robert is saying that the take-up reel for the HP is cheaper than the one for the Graphtec. I don't know what the Graphtec one is, but adding it after the fact was $1,000. I think it's the same price if you buy it with it. I wanted to save $1,000 when I bought my machine years ago. Oh, $2,000 for the Graphtec. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, not happening. Video Masters says he's looking for more ideas for his 800. Well, let's just jump into it. The giveaway, I'm giving away my Uninet white toner printer. My business is changing a ton, and I don't want to focus on those types of prints anymore. So I'm giving it away. I thought about selling it because it's still worth $3,000 or $4,000 because it is the 600, which is the bigger one. I also have about $1,000 worth of toner and some transfer paper. And I talked to Cam and said I'm thinking about it, and I just decided I'm going to do it. It's my little way of giving back. And so this is what I wanted your thoughts on. I want to give it away, but I also want to be able to maybe help recoup some of the cost, because it's a really expensive thing and it's coming out of my pocket. So my thought was there would be a free way to enter, because I think legally I'm obligated to do that if I'm doing a giveaway. But there would be a free way. But I'm thinking about maybe offering the print life posters that I made that you can buy, and for every dollar you spend, you get another entry. Or like if you buy something from Heat Transfer Warehouse using my affiliate link and send me a screenshot, then you can get points that way. Like, give me some ideas. Like, is that dumb? Is that stupid? Like, I've seen some people where it's like they'll do these giveaways and you get extra entries and you can buy like $100 sweatshirt. I don't want to charge people like $100 for a sweatshirt. If I'm doing a sweatshirt, I want to charge them $30 for a sweatshirt, or $20 for a t-shirt or something. So, like, what are your guys' thoughts? Like, give me some feedback. Dumb, not dumb. Gotta make sure the print's going good. And like Robert saying that he would drive to Utah to pick it up if he won. Video Masters lives in Idaho. Like, I would definitely make that an option. That whoever wins it, if they want to meet me, potentially meet Cam if he wants to be involved, then you're welcome to pick it up. If not, then I'll ship it. I do have to keep it to the United States, because I can't afford to ship it somewhere else, because I'm already giving away the printer, which is, like I said, $3,000, $1,000 worth of toner, a couple $100 worth of transfer paper, and it's going to cost like $300 or $400 to ship it. Yeah, I do the furnace room print shop. That I like that print shop's iron furnace is hot right now, and it's not that hot, but extra entries if they subscribe to Patreon. I do like that. I like that idea. So, but I do, like I said, I still want to have a freeway, but if I can help recoup, like, even if I could make a few $100 to cover cost of shipping, if someone doesn't want to come pick it up, I like that. I do like the Patreon idea. I probably will do a shirt, and I'll probably do the posters, because I already made the posters, and Bob, Cam, and I signed them. And Bob doesn't really work here anymore, so they're kind of like vintage, like one-off thing. Like, they're not. I'm not making them again. So, okay, I think I'll do that. I'll decide exactly what options, but I do like the Patreon. I like the idea of like selling a shirt. I do have a design already. Um, Here, I'll pull it up and you guys tell me what you think of the design. Hold on. Okay, I can't see your comments because. So this is what I was thinking for the shirt. I kind of like the idea. It's kind of relevant to a lot of people. It's got just the spectrum, ink droplets. I think it's kind of fun. What do you guys think of that shirt? I personally like it on black. So that's the shirt idea. Cam likes that shirt. I also did one that was kind of like Supreme, like the Supreme brand looking, where it was just a red box that says printer, or no, it was print. I did printer at first, but I didn't like that. But do you guys like that shirt? Everyone's saying black. So, okay, let me pull these comments back up on my computer so I can see them. Andy says he'd drive here in about half a nanosecond. Robert says it's beautiful. Utah is beautiful. Video Masters gets here about every 2 weeks. You live in Idaho, so we're like backyard neighbors anyway. Better on black. Andy did a motorcycle ride. That would hurt my butt. I definitely agree. All right. Well, I think that solidifies it. I'm going to launch that as a shirt as ways to get more entries. But there will be a free way to enter, some paid ways to enter, so that we can give away the printer. Video Masters is saying he needs to figure out how to do hats. There's the seam right in the middle, and it always messes up everything. So I had a problem with hats anytime I used my cheap Chinese press. But when I switched to the Fusion 360, then it tended to not be as big a deal, unless the design was like super huge. But one thing you could do is like you could fill it in with some other material. Like the material that comes to mind is like clear fingernail paint or fingernail polish. Kind of flush in that seam a little bit where the design is going, but it kind of depends on the design. But yeah, hats. I always, when I did white toner on hats, I always tried to do it on one of the panels. Print's still working. So, great. We got the giveaway figured out. How long should I have the giveaway open? Like, how long should I allow entries to be accumulated? A week? 2 weeks? A month? Like, what's a good time frame to do that? I think a month is too long. I think a week is too short because not everyone is always. Yeah. What is everyone's opinion? Is this thing still working? 2 weeks. Give it away now. Sorry, just comments were not coming in, and I was. Graphics Plus, welcome from Ohio. Yeah, the Fusion 360 heat press, it's awesome. The nice thing about it too is you can use it for more than just hats. You can use it for neck labels, you can use it for sleeves, you can use it for a lot of just smaller applications. Like I even have a lot of customers that they want it like down here, and being able to heat apply just quickly, easily without having to thread a shirt and no, like the Fusion 360 cap press is awesome. I would definitely appreciate it if you use my affiliate link to buy it, but that's not why I promote it. Like it's just an awesome cap press. Okay. So I think 2 weeks is probably a good amount of time. Yeah, so we're going to give away the Uninet. Like I said, it will be available for pickup. You can come meet me. I will give you the address to my shop, and we will meet up. Or I'll just ship it to whomever wins. So, great. Now, what does everyone think we're saying goodbye to? What are we saying? Bon voyage. I gotta make sure I send this other print so they. What is being 86? What is being sailed off to the deep blue sea? While you think about it, to make your comment, push that thumbs up button. It's not the old shop, Andy. I already had that guessed. I got way too much stuff there. Plus, it's still it's the new embroidery shop, so which I think will actually be really nice. So, not the old shop. It is a piece of equipment. So the thumbnail does make it like the i60 is in question, but that's just because we're giving it away. Awesome that you bought the 800. I love the white toner. My business is just shifting. My business is moving to more larger projects, and to do small one-off things, I just like the amount of money that I want for it, people don't want to pay. And so I just need to get rid of it. So I still like it though. I would keep it. I just don't need it. Like, it's just taking up space. It's literally sitting here in the way. I got to get rid of it. It's not the latex printer. I love that thing. I can never get rid of it. It is currently making me money over in the corner. So it's printing some box truck decals. So not the latex printer. Let's see. It would have been the second big piece of equipment I ever purchased. So it was after I purchased the HP latex. It was thousands of dollars, but it was before I bought the Konica. Does that help? Apparently it didn't, because people keep dropping off. They're getting bored with the live stream. It's not the Duplo. The Duplo I bought kind of at the same time as the Konica. So it was before the Duplo. Well, I bought the Ricoh and the Duplo at the same time, and then returned the Ricoh because it wouldn't do what they said it would do, and then got the Konica. I'm pretty sure it was before that. Now I'm questioning myself. Where's my browser? I'm pretty sure. And he says I need a bigger table. That table is massive. I got it for free with the shop, and it is sweet. I'm on my live tab. My live tab. It's kind of nice having all these vlogs about business, because I can go back and look at stuff. But I have a lot of vlogs now. They're not all vlogs either. But I did buy it when I'm pretty sure I was doing the daily vlogs when I bought it. Oh man, there's lots of pages of stuff. Oh, I got pulled over, went to PPAI. Training day for the Konica. Well, that's when I bought the stack cutter. When did I get it? I think I bought this before I started daily vlogging. I did. So this was before daily vlogging. Oh man, that would make sense because I bought it when I was still at my day job. So, okay, yeah. All right, do you guys just give up? Do you want me to just tell you what it is? Do you want me to just give it away? I'll address some comments while you answer. Bigger table. It's such a neat machine. The icolor. I understand the growth reason for getting away. That's really what it is. Like I just can't. Like I haven't sold on it because I don't want to spend the time because the amount of time it takes to make a shirt just is more time than I want to spend for the amount of money that I recoup. Like if people were willing to pay me $100 for a T-shirt, that's what I usually quote them at this point for a one-off shirt. Most people don't want to pay it, and so it's not worth it. Plus, I think it would be fun to give it away. I think someone will be able to grow their business because of it, and I feel like I've been given so much knowledge and experience from doing these YouTube videos that I'd love to be able to give that to someone else. I guess the nice thing is to whoever does win it, if they do want to come here, I will train them how to use it. Um, but Andy, I can understand. My biggest complaint about my old shop was only having one table, so I can definitely feel that, and that's why I moved. So it is kind of painful though because I used to sit right next to my HP, and now it is literally across the room. But since we're thinking about it, let's find a tape measure. Let's measure this big old table. We'll set you guys right here. So it's 5 feet wide. And 16 feet long. My tape measure is only 16 feet, so it barely made it. I stole it from my brother too. His name is etched in it. So yeah, it is a massive table with tons of storage. If you go back and watch one of the moving vlogs, you can see it's a lot emptier. But yeah, the new primary workbench is 5 feet wide by 16 feet, and my old bench is right here. It's only 4 by like 9, I think. Might be 8. I'm pretty sure it's 9. Let's just go measure it. I do know that it's 4 wide though, because each leaf is 2 feet. That was awkward. So the old workbench is 9 feet. So the new workbench is 6 feet longer and 1 foot wider. So it is super nice. It's really full of junk right now. I need to find places for everything. Still working on that. RT says my table is bigger than the room that he works in. Yeah, my old primary office was about 13 by 13, and the garage portion was like 13 by like 20, maybe 25. So the old office was 500 square feet. The new office is 3,000. My space was definitely lucky. A family member owns the building. They bought a new building, and they jokingly said, "You should rent this from me." So I said maybe I should, and we worked out a good deal. So it was a win-win for both of us. Video Masters just bought an HP color printer. Sweet. I hope it was a latex printer. Tanya just says she got a secondhand HP, all with tons of third parties. What did I do? Did the update, and now stuck looking for old one. I'm not really sure what you mean. Mitchell just got the 115. Nice. I know a couple people that got those and like them. The warehouse space is definitely nice. It'll be better once I have everything in a home. Right now, because the space is so big, I just can't decide where to put anything, which makes it hard. But it's getting there. I think I finally decided. So I just have my computer right now on a folding table, but I think I'm going to put my computer right here on this wall. I'm saving up to buy plywood to go on top here, and then I want to build a set of stairs right here that goes towards this wall so that I can walk up, and then I'll eventually put my desk up here. I've decided as far as like the printer stuff, this is going to be like printer alley. So we've got the new drill press, which I don't think I've released the video on. We got the Duplo, we got the Konica, and then space for a folder once I get one of those. And then over there is going to be large format alley, which will be for the roll printer flatbed stuff. So fun stuff going on. Hello from Morocco. My studio is 30 by 15. That's awesome. It's about the size of my old one. Mike says I need to throw up some wall graphics. I do. But right now no one comes, so I don't want to. Although the other day I got another TV to run the computer that runs the Flexi, just because I wanted 4K, because then you can have both programs open full screen and it's a lot easier. And I was showing my wife and I was like, look, I got my new TV, and I was kind of pointing like this. And this is a blackboard that has been here for a long time, and she thought that was the TV. So she thought that I had purchased like an 80-inch television, which that would be nice for like watching movies, but gotta get a couch first. But yes, Munir, the hole punch. I was getting requests for calendars and for like clothing hang tags, and the short. I bid on it on wire bids, and I won it for a couple bucks, and then I had to pay a couple $100 to ship it. But there's a video coming out about it. But that's why I bought it, because it was the machine itself was a couple bucks, and shipping was a couple hundred. So I wouldn't have bought it otherwise. And frankly, I thought I was going to get outbid. The business is definitely expanding. The business itself is growing. I'm still not making any money, but that's because I'm not making any money. The business is making money, but I'm putting all the money into buying everything. So I think some people get confused when I say that the business is not making money. The business is profitable and it is cash flow positive at this point. It wasn't for a while, but I'm taking all the money and dumping it into product. So, like, got the paper drill, spent a couple $100, chipping it. The Duplo was 26,000. The Konica was 50,000. The Summa flatbed was 60,000. So like I'm just taking all the money I make and I'm dumping it into the business. And I'm not dumping it into the business and I'm outputting cash for everything. I do leases, and some people think that's dumb, but for me it's all about a tax advantage, being able to defer taxes and spread taxes in an easier way. So that's why I do it. Not everyone wants to do that or likes to do that, and to me it helps you have a better cash flow and be able to get more stuff without just giving away all your money. It does cost you money to do it because you are leasing, but it gives you the ability to purchase certain things. um, yeah, it's all about the taxes. There's things that I didn't buy, like I bought the Uninet with cash, which I'm giving away. I bought Bach with cash. I bought the Melco with cash. Um, so there are some things that I've done cash wise, but and like Mike's saying, like leasing, it gives you the advantage of equipment being outdated quick and not necessarily having to keep it, and you can spread that cash flow. And instead of spending like the print and cut bundle from HP, the 315 was like $15,000. And so instead of spending $15,000, I spent $300 a month. And at the end of 5 years, it's mine. At this point, I've already paid it off, but that's different. Anyway, um, so I got to check the print again. But it does give the advantage of, say, 5 years from now, you just don't want it, and hey, come pick it up. Then it's gone. Buy another one. So yeah, so the way that I do my equipment is lease with a $1 buyout. So every piece of equipment that I've ever leased is a lease with a $1 buyout. So I have the option to give them $1 at the end, and sorry, battery. I have the option to give them $1 and keep it, or walk away. But everything is technically paid off except the Summa flatbed. So the first lease was the HP latex, and then the second lease was the Duplo. The third lease was the Konica, but when I leased the Konica, you on count number one. When I leased the Konica, I took over the lease from the HP and made it one lease. So at that point, I had two leases. And then when I leased the Summa, I enveloped all of them. So I took the Konica lease and the Duplo lease and combined it from the Summa. And the reason I did that was leasing rates right now, like the interest rate is lower, and because it's within the same company, then they'll offset the lease rates. And so by doing it that way, technically, the Summa is interest free. By assuming all of the loans together as one massive loan, then the Summa mathematically became a 0% lease. So leasing is my suggestion. The main reason is the tax advantage and the better cash flow. So I will also say that having a space has actually increased business. I didn't believe it when people said that, but it's true. Having a commercial space has gotten me more business by people being able to come in and see it and ask questions and see what I do. My business has increased because of it. So, Tease the Please says, how much did you lease the HP latex for? So I bought the 315 print and cut solution. So it came with the HP cutter, which is a Summa cutter. Sorry. I did not get the take-up reel. So that was $1,000 off. So all in, I think it was about $15,000. Lease amount, I think, ended up being about 17. Like all in, I'll end up paying. Well, I don't know what it is because I assumed leases, but at the time, if I would have done the whole 5 years lease and just paid for it every month, by the end of the lease, I would have paid about 17,000. So it was about $2,000 in interest over 5 years. My payment every month was $315, I believe, but the price that you pay and that you get is dependent on credit and a few other things. Because I know a couple of people that have done similar things, but their lease payment was higher because their credit was not as good. But yeah, basically, like the HP was the scariest piece of equipment to purchase, and from now on, I'm just like, whatever. So it definitely wasn't 19,000. I don't remember all the exact numbers, but it was in, like, all said and done, the interest that I paid was somewhere in the $2,000 range. But again, it's different because I ended up assuming the leases, which saves you money because you're merging. Yeah, it's complicated, but talk to your accountant. Leasing is best for what I do. I definitely did not pay cash for everything. Video Masters. You still can get tax benefits. It's just not as beneficial, but it also just depends on your situation. So, what I mean by assume leases is like, so I leased the HP latex, and then when I bought or leased the Konica, then the Konica bought the lease amount of the HP, and so the HP then became paid off, but the Konica lease was more than what I paid for just the Konica. NovaWorks, you still do get the depreciation, but I can depreciate the lease amount as well. So even though I'm paying more, I'm able to write off more, but I'm also able to write it off over that same 5 years. But depending on your tax bracket and everything you're doing, you can write it off over 5 years, but you can also write it off in 1 year. You have to write it off within 5 years, but you can write it off all in one. So that's, yeah, that's one of the benefits. Anyway, it all depends on your business. Talk to your accountant. That's what's best for me. It works, and it makes it so I can buy all this stuff and have a monthly payment that's relatively affordable. I'll just tell you what the payment is. The payment for all of my equipment, which is the HP latex, which is technically paid off, the Duplo, which is technically paid off, the Konica, which is technically paid off, and now the Summa cutter is, I think it's $2,300 per month, and that covers everything. So to me, it's affordable. I make way more money than what it costs me to have them. So, but the second half of the goodbye, since no one has guessed it yet, it's time to say goodbye to Bach. The SWF embroidery machine is going away. Tomorrow, it is going to its new home and I will only have the Melco embroidery machine. So it's a sad day. It's a sad day because Bach has been here a long time. He's a staple, or was a staple, to the channel. But Bach's gone. Well, he's in the garage right now, but he's going away tomorrow. So that's what we're saying goodbye to, is Bach. Bach, not Bob. Although Bob doesn't really work here anymore. He got a job. But Video Masters, I don't know what you mean by, oh, I must not charge you. You must not be. And I was there. So, yes, if I were to get a $100,000 flatbed, I would too. But I really like this one. Like, it's small. It does the same thing as the big ones. But I like it. I do, like, if you get a Colex, that's a single phase, which would be nice because this is 3-phase. But nothing wrong with the SWF. I like the Melco a lot better. My wife likes the Melco a lot better because of the active feed rather than having to adjust tensions and stuff like most embroidery machines. They have the knobs at the top that you adjust. Then you also adjust the bobbin. With the Melco, you adjust the bobbin to a specific tension, and then you use the software to determine how much thread it forces that then the bobbin takes in. So I like, there's nothing wrong with the SWF. I just won't buy. The only machines I'll buy at this point is Melco, and hopefully within the next few years we'll get another one, so that we have two. I'd like to get to the point that we have 3 or 4. If we do get to that point, hopefully I will have them here at this shop, and I will just have someone that runs them full time. But definitely, I like the Melco better, mainly because of the active feed system and not having to deal with tension. John, off topic question. How is dust at the new shop? It's not bad. Like, there's definitely, you can feel some grit and stuff on the floor every once in a while. Um, I gotta get a vacuum, but it's not bad. The old shop, I had the carpet in the main room, which definitely was helpful because that is a big filter. Um, but it's not bad. Like, I haven't had to really dust machines more than normal. Um, so yeah. NovaWorks says that he did the math years ago. Still cheaper to send flatbed work out. So potentially, the biggest problem for me is the local companies that do it have high minimums, and so it leaves it really hard for me to play. Um, so like, their minimum is, in most places, is $75, which is what my minimum for flatbed work is going to be, just retail pricing. But that doesn't leave a lot of room to um, have margin. And typically, I like to take anything I'm wholesaling or outsourcing and just times it by 2. So something that I pay $75 for, I charge $150 for, versus I can still charge $150 and I can make way more money because my cost to produce something is significantly less. Like, my cost, I just did some foam core signs that I would have probably paid $35 a piece for, and I produced them for less than 20, and I produced 5 of them, and I produced all 5 for less than 20, where outsourcing I probably would have paid about $35 a piece for them. So there's a lot of money to be made in the flat stuff, just because the machines to do it are super expensive and most people don't want to do the work. So at least that's what I found. NovaWorks has a 2-head Ricoma. It's been good. Tajima would be nicer. Definitely agree with that. Definitely Tajima is more expensive. The brands that I looked at when I was looking at the Melco was the Tajima, the Verdin, and the Melco. And the Actifeed is what sold me on the Melco. And it has been really nice. But yeah. I've heard both positive and negative about Ricoma, but again, for me, it's all about not having to deal with tension, so I'm not going to do that. John says I need to get a latex R2000 plus. I looked at the 1000, but I just can't justify spending $150,000 right now on a printer. I would love to have one in my shop, but it's not worth it. Munir asks where I get my raw material. There's a local supply house here in Utah that I buy most of it from. There's also a Grimco here in Utah now, so I buy stuff from them. So that's where I buy my flat stuff, like foam core, ACM, which is Dibond, Max Metal, aluminum composite. Any of the big rigid stuff I buy from them. I also, there's a cardboard packaging supplier that is the opposite direction, and I'll be buying cardboard from them. So craft cardboard, white on one side, craft on the other, double white. But yeah, I buy a lot from them. I'm starting to switch most of it to Grimco just because they're usually cheaper, and they recently opened. Before Grimco, there was just no one else that had it here. So, but usually you can find someone. Veneer, I think you're in California. Grimco's there, so that's who I'd buy it from. I do know I think we also have a Midwest signs. There's a Fellers. Fellers is everywhere. Midwest is everywhere. So there's lots of places that you can get stuff from. Most places, if you order over $100, you get free shipping, which is nice. Grimco does that. My local supply house, Regional Supply is what they're called. I think they have one in Alaska as well, but they do free shipping over $100, so it's nice. It's usually next day. Sometimes it's same day. Like I ordered foam core the other day, and it showed up same day, which I wasn't expecting, because I have a note on my account that says leave it if I'm not here, and they left foam core out in the wind, and it damaged the corner, which I was cutting it into ovals, so it wasn't that bad. But ordering a pallet and having it next day is awesome. I don't think I need that much right now. I will be able to make my own business card boxes, which will be awesome. Awesome. I do have some pallets though. They're just not of stuff that I use. So lots of wood, lots of flooring. So I'm renting out the space for a couple $100 a month to one of the neighbors, which is nice because I don't need the space and I'm making a couple $100 to go towards rent. Ooh, Andy, you've got one 20 minutes away. That would be sweet. So Regional Supply is my local supply house, and Regional Supply is on one corner, and Grimco opened their office like 3 streets up. So it's pretty funny. They're about 45 minutes away from me. So usually I try to always just make sure I'm ordering $100 worth of stuff so that it gets delivered to me. But Video Masters, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Okay, thank you for the donation. That was super kind of you. I am surprised that you've been in business for 20 years and are learning from. It's good to know that you can definitely learn from me. So John is saying the only complaint about Grimpo that I have is that I ordered an 800W 3 months ago, still haven't taken delivery. Most likely it isn't their fault. I would definitely agree with that sentiment because I just ordered a take-up reel for my HP, and my rep said just to get the take-up reel it was going to be at least 3 weeks, which to me seems crazy that it's 3 weeks to get it. When I ordered the Summa through Grimco. The Summa, I think the Summa took about 2 or 3 weeks to get here. And then 2 weeks for setup and training. But it was delayed 1 week because of me. Oh, yeah, that's too bad. I wish I would have known that you were selling it because it would have saved me some money, and I probably could have had it quicker. I probably can still cancel my order, but my sales rep, Garrett, would be sad. My pile of vinyl was getting super big. Uh-oh, thank you again for the donation. I'd be interested to know what you've learned from me. Oh, the 335 took 2.5 months. Ooh, that is not fun. The Epson S series and Graphtec had it 2 days later. That's crazy. I'm surprised it's even that fast with just shipping, because shipping is crazy right now. Andy, I did see that you had a big issue with getting your 365. Yeah, I just love my HP latex. I wish I could justify the R1000. I really do, because that thing would be sweet. But dude, there is surprisingly a ton of money in sticker orders. Like, I can't believe it. I just did a sticker order that was 2,500 pieces, and they were 1 inch by I think 2.5 inches, and I sold them to him for like 20 cents a piece. My cost to make them was pennies a piece. Like, I just can't believe that there's so many people that want stickers. Like, I even had a guy call me. He's a karate shop owner, and he wanted 3 big stickers, like 30 inches by 36 inches. And it's like they all just want stickers. And I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I'm so glad I've called like 3 other shops and none of them can do it. And like, I'm like, yeah, I can have it done. I had it done 2 days for him. He picked them up today. I was like, I just can't believe how fast you were. This was awesome. So they were 30 by 36. He wanted 3 of them. I charged him $86. So freaking sweet. Like, stickers are the bomb. Stupid markup. Yeah, it's nuts. I've got another customer that they buy popcorn and repackage and label it, and they're going to start ordering 3-inch circles from me, which is why I got the Epson roll printer, because it's going to be stupid easy, like super low coverage, tons of margin in it. So direct to substrate is a huge market, and there's, like I said, there's not a lot of people um, that have the equipment to do it. So it's definitely my go-to, and why I'm giving away the Uninet, because I'm just doing more and more stuff like that. So Munir, my Konica was a floor demo unit, so they're definitely available. Nice, Robert, getting orders while you're having a little downtime. Munir, you're not able to sell them. I would try it, like just message some business Facebook groups. Like we've got one here in Utah that has 10, 15,000 business owners in it, and every once in a while I just put a sticker sell in there, and then they repeat order, so it's super nice. John says he would have charged more for my 3D decals. It was so he even gave me the artwork. I didn't even have to do anything like that. When you get those types of orders, you're just like, yes, because it's like here is the artwork on a like vector artwork and everything. Like just here it is. It was already the right size, and it was just like just push print and cut me. So it was a good job to get. Yeah, stickers. I love stickers. I do a lot. Like when people ask my kids what their dad does for work, which I'm their dad, he makes stickers. That's their response. My dad makes stickers. I'm excited. I definitely want to hear your experience with the 800W, John, because the lower curing temperature, that looks sweet. So Graphics Plus and Evelyn, you got to remember where I started. So I've been in business 12 years. My very first piece of equipment that I ever purchased, I overpaid for not knowing it. It was a US cutter, 28-inch cutter. You could still buy the same cutter today, and I bought it like 11 years ago. I paid $500 for the thing, not knowing that you could buy them brand new for $350. So I paid $500 for this thing, and I rocked that bad boy 4 years. Nova Works, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you. Have fun wrapping that van. But so I had that US cutter, and I kept getting like the reason I jumped into the HP latex was because I kept getting requests for multicolor, and layering cut vinyl sucks. It sucks. So I kept wanting to do stickers, and I had an outsource company that I would outsource to that did contour cut stuff. But even the big outsource companies, everyone stopped offering contour cut stickers. And so that's when I started looking at the HP latex. How much is this going to cost me? And I was freaking out about spending $300 a month. That's nothing compared to what I'm spending right now. But I fretted over it. I went over to my buddy who's an accountant. We looked at my books. I talked to him about the tax advantages. I talked to him about all these different things of should I do this, should I not do this? And finally, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Best decision I ever made. Buying the HP latex changed my business. Buying the Konica changed my business. Buying the flatbed cutter changed my business. And don't get me wrong, there's been huge stresses and financial woes, and COVID wasn't helpful, and like all sorts of problems in that sense. But I think I finally kind of leveled things out. Things are manageable. But if I wouldn't have bought the HP latex, I wouldn't be where I am today. And the only reason I'm here today is because I made that first step into the HP latex from having the US cutter. But I definitely lost my shorts when I bought that first US cutter. But I sold it for $100 10 years later. Although I did give him like 5 rolls of vinyl with it because I'm never going to use this. Back in the day, I used to do 75% markup when I was outsourcing. But right now, everything I do is 2. So if I outsource it, I times it by 2. And the reason I do that is there's still good money to be made. I don't have to do any of the labor. But if there is a mistake and I end up having to eat it, then I'm not eating it. I'm just not making any money. So, hold on. Got to check the print again. So, John says if it ever shows up. Yep. I hope it does too. Well, everything is behind. I tried to buy paper from Kelly Paper today. They said maybe mid-June. So I got to find some new paper. So if anyone knows some good places that I can buy paper from, 130-pound cover is what I'm looking for. So Munir, Mike is saying, hit farmers markets up. Half the vendors out there give away stickers. I also go to, we occasionally have like mini trade shows. We have conference centers that do little booths. I do a lot of stickers for wedding people, so maybe check local wedding event places. People like to do stickers on like their, what's the word? The little gift that they give people. I don't remember what it's called, but they'll do custom stuff, stickers. Let's see. Andy's saying that he's got the 34-inch cutter in the car just for a backup. Yeah, I got rid of mine. I have a backup now, my HP cutter, which just sits there. Evelyn, I've got a 54-inch roll by 100 foot of Trifecta matte white vinyl. I don't know what to do with it. I want it. So if I were you, I would come up with my battery. I don't know. So Evelyn was saying that she wants some vinyl. I would come up with some cutesy phrases, sayings, cut them out and try to sell them. People like that kind of stuff. Munir saying he got a 560, but the print cracks, so not happy about it. Makes mediocre quality prints and t-shirts, now looking into OmniPrint. If I were to buy a DTG, the OmniPrint is probably the one I would buy. I don't have problems with cracking with a white toner, but I also don't do large prints. Everything I do is tiny. Hats, left chest, sleeves, things like that. So I definitely have heard people complain about cracking. I have also heard that they have a new paper that's supposed to be really good, but I haven't tried it. Graphics is saying, Graphics Plus, I just started seeing latex printers. I want fade proof stickers. I have a sticker that I put on my car 2 years ago that I printed on the HP latex, and it still looks new. So definitely, I think they're good. It's not laminated. Looks great. Evelyn, you definitely have a lot of covers. I do too. I have 2, and I'm probably going to sell one. On a service contract with Konica. Yes, the Konica is on a service contract, so I pay a per click price for the paper, and that includes all the maintenance. It is a 5-year agreement. It works out great. And I only pay my bill every couple of months because they're buttheads. Let's see. I scrolled down too far. first latex I bought was a print and cut combo. Same here, John. The Summa is a great cutter, but for cutting through, it is not great. I agree. The Graphtec is better for perf cutting, but nothing beats a flatbed. Like, doing die cut stickers on a Summa flatbed is freaking awesome. Uh-oh, are you on? Yes, sorry. My phone came up and said I had 10% battery left. Jess, welcome to the live stream. Favors, that's what they're called at weddings. Thank you, Evelyn. When you give something as a party favor, perfect. Souvenir, that's not what I was thinking of, but it is kind of a souvenir. Mike asks if I got a local Veritiv rep. No, the Veritiv by me closed. So they shut down. So there are no Veritivs in Utah anymore, which sucks. The only one I know of as of right now that provides paper in Utah is Kelly. So if you know someone else, please let me know. Little Mare Creations, I have the 550 upgrade to the sublimation at the moment, working full-time and going to school sucks. Definitely, I can relate. Working full-time and running a business full-time sucks. Garage reno done. Sweet. So I can cut my work hours. I can relate. I'm not a garage printer anymore. Andy, definitely can understand fall asleep. I'm yawning all over. What do I use to print on the vinyl? Evelyn, to print on that, you would have to have a 54-inch printer. You could probably do it on the latex. EcoSolvent is probably what that vinyl is made for. The cheapest printer you can get that prints is the BN20 from Roland. They're $4,000 or $5,000. But then you'd have to find someone to cut your roll down for you, or you'd have to cut it into strips and then print, but that would suck. How are you? My name is Juan. I've been a loyal follower. I'm legally blind, and I'd love to have the opportunity to utilize the Uninet by teleprayer. Juan, I'm doing a giveaway. It's going to happen in the next couple of days, is hopefully when I'm going to launch it. So definitely stay subscribed. Thank you for watching. I can relate to being, well, I can't relate. My grandma was legally blind, so I understand where you're coming from. Best of luck to you. Thank you for watching. I don't know if Grimco does. My local supply house will do custom cut 651s. They also will cut rolls for you. They charge $5. That's what my house local place does. Oh man, lots of comments. I scrolled too far. It's true. John, as John said, everything does fade over time, but depends on how long. Munir saying that he's trying to magic chart for the Uninet. The Uninet is definitely expensive, but Yeehaw says he loves me. She loves me. Thank you. Jose says nice video. Jess made it to the stream. Welcome. Graphics Plus, I hate laminating too. I don't do it. I'm considering buying a laminator though, because I keep getting people asking me to do vehicle graphics. I definitely should get a Segway for around the shop. I thought about getting a scooter. There was a bike in here for a little bit that we were hiding for my daughter's birthday. Flatbeds, they definitely are slower, but I don't do a lot of big and long stuff, so it's not a problem right now. Uh-oh asks about putting the router attachment and how it doesn't chew up the belt. So I will show you that in a second. Holy cow, lots of comments. Brother Ernest says he's been using the white toner since 2016, and he's a forever dealer. He also has, Brother Ernest has DTF and all sorts of fun stuff. So white toner can be subpar. I partially agree with you. It depends on how you use it, but that's how everything is. Everything can be subpar, but everything can also be good. Depends on how you use it. Okay, before I get into more of these questions, I gotta find my charger because my phone is gonna die. But let's show you about the Summa cutter. Charger then acquired. I gotta remember to plug it back in. Okay, so on the Summa, let's turn this around. You have the cutting belt, which you cut into. You can actually see some lines here from cutting. But if you're using the router attachment, it comes with this, I don't even know what it's called, but it's a foam-ish sheet that you put on the bed so that it cuts into this rather than your actual mat. Oh, sacrificial mat, that's what it's called. It's a sacrificial mat so that when you cut shapes and do things, it cuts into this rather than this bed, so that it preserves this, and you can buy more of these, but you can use it multiple times over the same spot without necessarily having to get rid of it. So it comes with a full roll when you buy it, and then you can get replacement rolls as needed. So let's get back to the computer. Let's plug in my phone so it doesn't die. I didn't think I'd be on this long, but it's my favorite part of answering questions, getting feedback, learning. Okay, it's probably gonna pause for a second. Okay, it's saying it's charging. Okay, I'm behind on questions, so keep that in mind. JC asked, what prompted you to start your own t-shirt business, even though that you've been an entrepreneur for so many years and want the flexibility to be your own boss at the same time? How scary. That's a really good question. I started my own business initially because I couldn't find a job, and my initial business was computer repair, and I started the printing business kind of at the same time because I wanted business cards for my computer repair business, and everywhere wanted $100 for 1,000 business cards, and I thought that was ridiculous. So I found an outsourcing partner that I was able to sell them. My initial price I was selling 1,000 business cards was $42. So I found an outsourcing partner that I could buy them and sell them for $42 and make money. And from there, I did computers and printing. Then I finally got a job full time working for IT related stuff and couldn't stand fixing computers after hours. So I shut down the computer side, went printing, decided I didn't like working for someone else, and quit at the very inopportune moment and do this full time. So scary, lots of fun, but worth it. John is saying latex probably the only ink you don't have to laminate to get the best outdoor durability. I also agree with that. The other ones will fade a lot faster. They'll scratch off, things like that. My headphones are also apparently dying. Yeehaw says, please do a beard maintenance tutorial. Would love to see that. I don't really maintain my beard, so I trim it in the shower. I have a Norelco trimmer. Brother Ernest says he's got 2 solvents, a roll of TrueViz 540 and a roll of Versa Art 640. Eco-solvent is my favorite print method. Never had an eco-solvent. Roll and print, excellent color, but you have to laminate everything. I hate laminating, so I'm glad I have the latex. Auto Mofo, I hope I'm saying that right. watching from Australia, just getting into printing. It's good to watch your videos. Appreciate that. Oh man, it jumped again. I am way behind on comments. Evelyn says she loves the white toner printer, great for doing dark color tees. John asks, is there an attachment on the Summa flatbed cutter that allows you to run rolls of media? Yes. So on the back of the Summa flatbed, there is the same kind of roll mechanism that the Summa like roll cutters have. So you can load a roll on there, and you can get a basket for the front. I didn't get it. You can also get a take-up rail on the front, so that it will actually roll the media and retake it up if you're just cutting out, like contour cutting. For me, most of what I do is little, or I do it in sections, so I did not opt for the basket. Well, I thought the basket came with it, but then I learned how much the basket was, so I opted not to get it. But you can load a roll on the backside. You can set it up to automatically read barcodes. You can set it up to automatically read registration marks, all that fun stuff. So, uh-oh, it still keeps the vacuum substrate through the foam. Yes, so the mat that I showed you is porous, so the vacuum still goes through that. It's similar to like a CNC machine. You have a spoil board on CNC machines, which pretty much any of these pieces of wood can be used as a spoil board. So MDF can be used as a spoil board, even though it's a super dense material. The vacuum still can suck through it. Brother Ernest says I need 12 30-inch wide by 12 to 15-inch tall cut shapes. When can you cut the items for me on your CNC? Depends on what material you need, but you're welcome to email me and I can see what I can do. My email is tt for time to make something at gmail.com. tt make something at gmail.com. Yes, Charles is saying quarter inch or eighth inch MDF also works for sacrificial routing substrate. I didn't know that for this machine. I know it works on regular CNCs. Makes sense. Frankly, it might be better for certain materials because then it's rigid, holds it better. Yes, I can fix my own computers, Evelyn. I still fix families, and it sucks sometimes. But like this week, I had to go fix a family member's computer because it was at their business and they had a keylogger on it and credit cards got stolen, bank passwords, so it was a whole lot of fun. John asked the cuttable width. So the Summa flatbed will do 63 inches wide cutting and then unlimited length. Well, I'm sure there is a limit, but supposedly unlimited. It will read what it can, cut what it can, move it, read what it can, cut what it can, move it, and just continue that process. But 63 inches wide. I have no idea how much the foam roll is. Hopefully, I will not need one for quite some time. The main reason I got the router was to do ACM, the aluminum composite, or the name brands of it are Dibond or Max Metal from Grimco. That's the main reason I got the router attachment, was to do stuff like that. But it will also be good for plastics, for foam. It can technically do MDF like I have here. This is not mine, by the way. I'm not this wealthy. There's probably as much wood here as I have in machinery. So consumables. But yeah, knowing what everything else costs from Summa, it's stupid expensive. So I will check Spicer's, Mike. I appreciate that. I have heard the name spicers, but I didn't know the correlation. Let me write that down. Okay. Wood is stupid expensive right now. Jose is saying he's thinking of getting the Uninet 560 rather than the 600. So if I were to do it again and I was buying a white toner printer, I'd buy the 560 because the 560 now comes with Smart Cut, which allows you to do bigger stuff. But everything that I did was left chest, sleeves, caps, yokes, small stuff. So I'd buy the 560, but I'm also going to give away my 600. So you should just enter the giveaway, and then you might not have to buy one. Cases of Paper is in Vegas. Is that the name of the company? Case Paper? If it is, then I will call them Case Paper. Because I'm willing to spend a couple $100 because I need paper. Case Paper in Vegas. Thank you. I will try calling them. Case Paper. Okay. JC, do you believe you're going to be getting the roll in DTG? Oh, probably the Roland. No, I'm not going to get the roll in DTG. I do not want one. If I were to get a DTG, I'd get the OmniPrint as of this moment, but my business is going in a different direction. So that's why I'm getting rid of the Uninet, not because I don't like it, just because I don't use it anymore. I haven't printed on it, and I can't even open the software because the USB key is still at my house. So yeah, I just don't use it. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people in printing used to be ID, but the main reason, like the incentive for me to switch from IT to printing is printing a lot more is dependent on machines rather than me. Like I can, my printer, like I was making money while I was chatting with you guys this whole time because my printer was doing the work. Versus with IT, you're typically trading one-to-one time for money versus with printing, you're trading time for money, but it's an exponentially different factor. So it's more like a 1 to 10 or a 1 to 20 or a 1 to 100, depending on what you're doing, how much you're charging, things like that. So that's the main draw that put me in to printing over IT. Evelyn and Graphics Plus are asking how to enter the giveaway. The giveaway is coming. Today was to announce that I want to get some ideas, and everyone thinks it's a good idea. So to recap what I said earlier, there will be a free way to enter the giveaway, but then I'm also going to do some ways that you can earn additional entries. Like I'm going to sell some posters, some shirts, and if you buy the shirt or things like that, then you'll have the ability to get more entries into the giveaway. So giveaway is coming. I'll probably try to get it launched next week, and we'll probably run it for 1 to 2 weeks. Sweet. Thank you for the contact information. I will call them. Let's see, JC, how much is the Summa compared to all these other CNC routers that you get from the different manufacturers? So let me write down this number, and then I will answer your question. I will initially answer it by saying the Summa was the cheapest one. So the Summa one that I bought, it's the smallest on the market and the cheapest on the market. It was, for me, I ended up getting it for a super steal. I got it for right around $60,000. I don't remember the exact price, but 6,100 or not 100. That would be sweet. 61,000. But right around there. you can get into like an ESCO for, I think, 80, but then as soon as you add the roll feature, then you're over 100. When you the Colex, which is the one that I probably ultimately would have bought, I think it was like 120 with the roll feature. All of those are bigger beds, though. They would cut a full 4x8 without having to move. You also have the Zund, which is, I think, a German. They're in 120 plus. But for what I got, it's basically sub 100. Everything else is about 100, which is why I did that one, because it was the cheapest to get into, but it would let me get into it. So Evelyn's saying she quit teaching school after 27 years to run the gift shop. I can definitely see how doing that would make more money. I have a lot of friends that are teachers. So Levite, welcome to the live stream. Just left his job. Awesome. Hope that was a good thing for you. Evelyn is saying that she's always winning. So, yeah, we are going to give away the Uninet next week. So make sure you guys stay subscribed. We're saying goodbye to Bach tomorrow. So, yeah. That's what I got on an hour ago to say. So, I guess an hour and a half ago. So, any last questions before I jump off and head home? Because my print just finished. So, I'm going to cut it, roll it up. Any last questions? We'll stay on for a couple more minutes answering your last questions and then call it a night. So JC is saying that he's making money with these 30 printers at night. So Munir's leaving. Levite is confused about Bach. Timothy is asking how the giveaway is going to work. So I'm going to give away the Uninet icolor 600. There will be a free way to enter, and then there will be ways to enter that get you more entries. That will be something like buying a t-shirt, joining the email list, signing up for my Patreon, things like that can get you more entries. Uh-oh asks if I have whiting on any of my wide format. Sort of. Yes. Mike's out. Happy Memorial Weekend. Yes, everyone have a great Memorial Weekend. Monday, I still haven't decided if I'm working or not. New Creations would love to make it so her husband can quit. You can do it. Which printer do I use for stickers? Right now, my primary printer for stickers is my HP Latex 315, which is over there. I just finished a few minutes ago printing some car decals. So I do lots and lots and lots of stickers. It's probably the thing that I print the most. Evelyn wants to get a Glowforge. I have looked into lasers recently. I think if I were to get one right now, I'd buy the OM Tech. Studio asks what time it is. It's almost 6 a.m. Good morning, everyone. It is 11 p.m. for me. Hold on, I gotta check to see. We're back to 11% battery. So, yeah, 11 p.m. for me. Okay, any last questions? If you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. Yes, OM Tech. I think their website is omtech.com, but I don't remember. But OM. Thanks, Graphics Plus. I appreciate it. Thanks, again for the donation. That was super kind of you. Super appreciative. Will almost pay for the shoes I bought for my daughter. They were $20. she keeps running, putting holes through them. Studio, thank you. It's an hour before midnight. The day will be bright with some yard work. My wife told me I had to do yard work. Oh, Levi, I forgot to answer your question. Bach has been sold. So Bach is going to his new home tomorrow. I am keeping the Melco, but getting rid of Bach, the SWF. Yes, and with the giveaway, the option will be that you can come pick it up, and I will teach you how to use it, or I'll mail it to you, and I will cover the cost. So it's going to cost a lot of money, so it'll be, I hope it changes someone's life. Thank you, JC. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, that was very kind of you. Or not uh-oh. Okay, I always get that wrong. Thank you again. That was not necessary, but that was very kind of you. Just remember, Evelyn, if you would have talked to me 2 years ago, I had $500 worth of equipment. I bought, I guess it's almost been 3 years. I started my channel with the intent of talking about my HP latex. And the very first video I uploaded about it was June 4th of 2018. So almost 3 years. So I guess June of this year, I will have had my HP latex for 3 years. So if you would have talked to me 3 years ago, I had $500 worth of equipment to my name. So if you push and try, then you can do it. It's stressful and it's hard and you will lose sleep, but it is worth it. It is worth putting the effort and time into growing your business and being able to control your time. So, Jose, thank you for the donation. Super kind of you. I do truly appreciate it. It means a lot. It is so stressful running a business full time. It's 11 o'clock and I came back to work. So, it's stressful, but it's worth it. So, I appreciate all of you. Keep an eye out for the giveaway. I will launch it next week. Again, there will be a free way, if not multiple free ways, to get entries, but there will be a few paid ways to recoup a little bit of the cost because the machine's still worth about $4,000, and it's going to cost a couple hundred to ship it if the person doesn't want to pick it up. So, thank you all. I truly appreciate it. The reason I wouldn't get the Glow Forge is because it doesn't have a roll attachment. I have too many requests for tumblers to spend that kind of money on a laser and not get a rotary attachment. So, all right, we've been on for 100 minutes. So I need to call it a night, get home. My wife texted me and said my little girl is asking when I'm going to be home. She likes me to lay in bed with her. So keep an eye out for the giveaway. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon. Print that. See, it didn't work because my thing says end, but didn't stop the live stream. So, thanks everyone.